All right, welcome everyone. Today is June the 4th. Definitely a hotter day. I will be sweating in this mask for sure today, but I'm super excited to have the team here at PepeTrump, represented by Adam here, who's going to be, I guess, talking on behalf of the project. We're going to basically show what these guys have planned and such like that, answer a lot of questions. Obviously, the frogs always do their research before looking into the project, and we come up with some great questions to ask not just the dev, the speaker, but overall to the community as well. We have Kahoot prepared for you guys as always, and such like that. So yeah, it's a decentralized deflationary BSC token, basically rewarding with, I guess, rewarding by having reflections, and their new sort of thing, which is C2E, which I'm super excited to hear about. And yeah, so let's see what these guys have planned. Obviously Pepe is hype's a little bit down. So let's see what they have to differentiate themselves, or it's just one of those other Pepe projects that we see all the time. So yeah, Adam, take it away. Tell me a little bit about the project, what you guys have planned, etc.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to see what the frogs think of this one. First, I just want to say really excited to be here. Keegan's been a good buddy for quite a long time. Reconnected recently, and I was blown away by what he's doing here with the CryptoFrogs community. You guys are a pretty based community, so really nice to see that growth. But yeah, my name's Adam. You might have seen me, might have not, but I've been in this space for quite a few years now. I do freelance AMAs, so basically teams contact me. I research the project. If it's junk, I say no. If it looks like it has some potential, I do some more research, and then I sign on and represent them. So that's why I'm here on behalf of PepeTrump. The team is mainly European based, specifically Austria. It is a 4-person team, as we'll get into soon, and they have a lot of passion behind this. The excitement's real. It's a younger team, so they're like very, very like tapped into the hype around Pepe. Like you mentioned, I think that's very true. The hype for Pepe is kind of like dying down a little bit, so you really have to differentiate yourself to make any type of splash at all. So, of course, with everything going on right now with Trump, whether you love him, hate him, doesn't matter. He has attention, right? And attention gets views and potentially buys, can convert into buys. So, combining two of the biggest things I would say that are getting so much attention right now, still Pepe and Trump, into one combination that's also going to be doing a social platform, that's really going to set it apart. So we'll talk about all those things, but you're 100% correct with the overview. It is deflationary. It's deflationary in a little bit of a different way, though. So you're not going to see embedded in the 5% tax a burn tax. They're going to be doing manual burns based off the tokens that they don't need. So specifically for the marketing wallet, they're going to take some of those, burn some of those excess tokens, and allow for a deflationary mechanism. But you're going to get some really nice PepeTrump rewards as well. The team's also doing some nice marketing. We'll get into the marketing. But I think maybe we start on like the C to E piece, because I know that's new. A lot of people don't understand what that is. That means create to earn. So essentially what they want to do is they want people to share on their social platform. And first, I should probably say like what the social platform is going to be. So basically, what it is it's going to be nested within the DApp of PepeTrump, and you're going to be able to post kind of like updates. Like, let's say you want to create it's kind of like Reddit, right? You can create a thread, and then people can comment below it. The difference here is it's also going to have current news as well. So I guess kind of like Reddit in that sense, but it is going to be specifically for the degens out there and to help guide those that are new. And it's all going to be under the wrapper of PepeTrump, so it's going to be supported by this token. Some other things too is there's going to be like useful resources in the sense of being able to scan contract addresses, being able to set up sniper bots and otherwise like stuff that I wish I had access to when I first started in, instead of just sort of trying to navigate it myself and watching a ton of YouTube videos. Having like a centralized resource for someone new or experienced, I think is like kind of not really done, or at least hasn't been done in a way that like everybody knows about it. So I like that, right? And that's really like what they're doing to set themselves apart, and what that CDE element is. So I think I'm just going to stop there just for comment, or if you kind of like wanted to bring it into a different direction. But yeah, I think starting with that CDE element is kind of cool because most people don't know what that is.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I really want to get into that, but I think the most important part, I guess, behind your project is the the platform. So I know that you guys are going to release some sort of platform, and obviously have some various reward systems tied to the token. So could you explain a little bit about what the platform is going to be about? You mentioned a little bit about Reddit and how it's going to be kind of sort of like Reddit, but when can we expect, for example, for the platform to be live? What makes it allows people to go on this site and say, okay, I want to make content on this site rather than just going to Reddit or any other popular mainstream platform.
Yeah, I mean, exactly right. You could just go to Reddit instead, right? But the difference here is it is going to be rewarded in PepeTrump. So they're still deciding the exact like weighted balance of how much you're going to earn. But they also want to integrate some of these PepeTrump NFTs as well. So there's going to be different ways that you can participate and earn tokens. But at the end of the day, you're going to be able to earn PepeTrump tokens, and they're going to be taking some of those tokens from the staking reward allocation that they have in the total supply. So part of those are going to go into staking, which you're going to be able to earn like a sustainable staking APY over the course of a week or a month. But then also you're going to be able to earn by interacting. Now, I do want to say, especially for those listening in that are like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. It can go wrong like really fast, I'll be honest, because people gamify everything. Like look at like the GameFi waves and look at how people created like, basically bot farms to farm these tokens and then just dump the price, right? So that's why they're being very careful with the weighting, because they want to make sure that like if people are earning these tokens that they're doing genuine interactions, right? It's not just someone posting like, oh yeah, good token, wow, so cool, GM, right? As much as we love to say GM, like let's hope it's genuine versus like just a bot reply, right? So they are taking an approach where they want to have it be more human-based for verification and tokens. So the team is actually going to be kind of hand selecting, like, hey, is this valid? Is it not valid? And then obviously thinking of a better way to scale that. But for the time being, that's going to be the way that they're going to be kind of like verifying that it's a human post. And then they can, of course, employ some tools to make sure that it's, a real person versus, like a bot or something. But as far as it deploying, the demo should be available in 7 days. So that was one of my early questions to the team was, hey guys, like this is obviously like a critical part of the project. People love to be social. We're social creatures, but also we like to create communities around things that we're enthusiastic about. I mean, that's literally what you created, right? with CryptoFrogs. So people like to feel like they're part of something. They like to feel like they're making progress towards something. So I think that it does have a time and place for it. And I think that they can definitely capitalize on it. But personally, I want to see more of that demo, right? So the team heard me. They've been really like responsive. And they said, we're going to get a demo out in about 7 days. So I think just a little sidebar too with that is I personally really appreciate projects that are open to feedback, because some projects get like really, I don't know, they get like defensive and kind of weird. I'm sure you've seen it, right? Like Keegan, like you've interviewed maybe a project, most of them are like crazy good, right? But there's some that like get like weirdly defensive, and it's like, bro, it's just a suggestion, man. Like chill, right? So so projects that are open to stuff, I have a lot of respect for it. Does that mean that I endorse it? Does that mean degen in and buy like 100 BNB worth? Hell no. But it means that like, hey, like one of the check boxes is checked. Let's go to the next one, right? And then like do your own research from there. But yeah, that's a little bit on when the platform's going to release in beta, and then kind of like how the earning structure will work.
All right, cool. So obviously, you guys are gonna have that reward structure. That's gonna be super, super important with, I guess, pushing the platform itself. So you already explained, when you guys are gonna go live and such like that. But it's also important, you mentioned about the 5% tax. Let's get into tokenomics. Taxes, liquidity, supply distributions on the pink sale listing, and whatever you feel necessary to mention.
Yeah, I'd love to. So let me expand this window a little bit, because right now it said epithet Trump. So let me expand it so it says PepeTrump. Okay, so the total supply on this is 1 trillion. If we look at the breakdown, we can see in this distribution chart a little bit easier. So 30% allocated for pre-sale, just under 15% allocated for liquidity, 14% for private, 10% for centralized exchange, 10% for staking, 10% for marketing, 1% for the dev, and then basically 0.5% for unlocked, and the rest is burnt, 10% burnt. Now, I'll be honest here. Again, I can do this because I'm not on the team. I'm simply, speaking on behalf of them. I can tell you here, these lock periods, they're fine. right? They're okay. But they actually recently got extended by the team by my request. Again, team being flexible and wanting to make their project the best. Because I said, guys, having all of these tokens unlock on day one is a no-go. That's not going to work, guys, right? So they said, okay, cool. Like, let's extend this out a couple days. But also, like, there's a reason why some of these are unlocking like soon, right? So like the third, which was obviously yesterday, and then today with a liquidity ad happening today, because the private sale is unlocking on launch day, just so everybody knows, right? The other piece too is 10% for the centralized exchange. They need to have access to the centralized exchange and private sale. Private sale was only 5K, so there wasn't a crazy amount raised there. It was just like friends and family and stuff. And then the centralized exchange is very important as well, because with the centralized exchange, you guys have probably seen with Pepe and Wojak and Lambo and all the other ERC20 based tokens. Obviously, this is a BEP20 token, but same dynamic. You gotta list on centralized exchanges, and you have to do it in a proper way. Like you have to list like fast, because if you wait too long, the hype's gone. There's no point. You've wasted $30,000. GG, right? So you have to make sure that you're listing fast. And if you lock your centralized exchange tokens for 30 days, you're done. Forget it. You've lost the hype of the centralized exchange. So I was happy to see that they like still kept these open, obviously, but then the other ones they did lock for a little bit longer. So that's basically the tokenomics breakdown. What I'm happy to see, though, of course, because it is a pink sale launch, is 51% allocated for liquidity. So, of course, whatever the raise ends up being, 51% goes right into liquidity. The rest is dedicated to marketing. And the team has said, because of course the cost of development this wasn't like in the tens of thousands or anything crazy, they're going to be putting most of that towards pushing really, really hard in marketing after. Every project says that, but I like to say, look at what's happening right now as an indication of what's going to happen once they get success. So if they're pushing really hard right now, okay, cool. But then after, like later today, right, when liquidity is added, are they still pushing, or did they go radio silent? If they're continuing to push, that might be a damn good time to pick up like a dip, or maybe tell a friend or something like that, right? But for the time being right now, the reason why people are buying right now as we're talking, like we started, I think, like 8 BNB and we've climbed up like a little bit, is because like people want to avoid the tax. So even though the tax is nominal of 5%, people don't want to pay it, right? They want to avoid the tax. There's also a biggest buy contest right now where the current biggest buy is 1 BNB. So yeah, I mean, if you want to buy in and earn another BNB for the biggest buy, you can do that as well. But obviously, research it, right? Research it. But that's the tokenomics breakdown. So from a trillion, those are the different segments there that you'd be looking for PepeTrump.
Okay. So I noticed when you were talking about the pink sale listing and then on the distribution. So I see 14% of the supply has been allocated towards a private sale. So why did you guys, decide to do one? And, how many people have contributed to this private sale?
Yeah, it's a small group, I'll be honest. So it's a small group of friends and family from what the dev told me. And only 5K was raised. The reason there is they wanted a little bit of startup capital, and they also wanted their kind of, I don't know how to say, well, what's the phrase? They wanted some, there we go. They wanted some skin in the game, right? So they said, look, we don't want to like give ourselves a crazy allocation of the token, right? It's not like the dev wallet was like 14%, right? The dev wallet was 1% that's unlocking later. So they said, we want to get in and we'll self-fund this, but we're going to pull from that private sale, of course. So that's kind of why they decided to do that. Again, it is a team that's, done past projects as well. So I didn't really mention that, but I'll, kind of pull up here. So they did Blue Floki about a year or so ago, and it did some pretty decent success, right? Now it's, of course, kind of been a while and the meme token has kind of died a bit, but they had some great success on launch. And to my understanding, that also had a private sale. So it's one of those things where they're kind of like copying the things that help them, get some of the initial marketing funds, get us into the AMAs like this. And we also have a whole slew of calls that are happening today as well. So they wanted a little bit of startup capital from friends and family. But of course, that is something to look at, right? If you're an investor, is, kind of understand like, hey, that private sale, are those people that can be trusted? Are those people that are going to be holding? Well, half of them are the team and the rest are friends and family. So probably if the token has marketing after, like if you start to see that they're continuing to push on marketing, it's probably a good indicator that they're going to hold, even if it's just selfish, like they want to hold for a higher price and then strategically sell. So that's what I look for is, is it a cognizant team of like the market? Do they know when to sell, when not to sell? And are they actually doing things for the community? So that's what I would look for personally. But yeah, to answer that just simply, private sale was just amongst a few people. I think it was like 5 or 6 people, and they raised 5K.
All right, cool. So wait, so one BNB or like I guess one BNB would be worth like let's say 0.5% supply or
I think that's right. You're better at math than me, but that sounds
yeah.
pretty correct.
Okay, cool. So also I saw that there's a 0.5% unlocked supply. For would that be sort of airdrops or where does that go?
No, thank God they didn't really go the airdrop route, because those are bearish, man. I hate airdrops so much. And that's coming from someone that has done them on past projects, like doing marketing. I didn't know what I was doing to begin with, when it came to like airdrops not being good. And luckily, no, thank God it's not. It's for giveaways. So kind of like airdrop's cousin, but much better cousin, much better looking cousin. So what they want to do is basically do some strategic giveaways for PepeTrump token. So they're going to have like shill contests. They actually already have a shill team, but they're going to kind of like widen that a little bit, do some shill contests, do some exciting giveaways, some raids as well, and then start to strategically give out some of those tokens. So that's kind of the cool thing is like the TG is super alive, like crazy, crazy alive. Both the team members, also people in the community that we've kind of gotten along the way. Those are all people that are super pumped about the project. Now, again, like, do you let that FOMO blind you? No, like, do your own research. That's what these are for, right? I know you guys like to deep dive, which is awesome. I totally support that. But if you like what you're hearing, or maybe even want to investigate a little bit more, that's a great way to earn some free tokens. To be honest, is just participate in the events. You can earn some tokens if you like what you're hearing. You can also buy in, of course. Sales live right now. But yeah, that's for giveaways mainly.
All right, sick. So I guess let's get into the roadmap. I guess I see that you guys have a four-phase roadmap, which is kind of basic. But could you explain, talking a little bit about what you guys have already done, and what could people expect, and will there be more steps added into the future?
Yeah, I would say starting backwards and working forwards. No, don't expect more than this unless the project takes off. So if the community shows out like crazy strong, I'm not going to name the project that I did recently, but there was one that like went absolutely nuts. Like it went from 5K to 4.5 million market cap, and I was there like the whole time, kind of doing the AMAs and kind of just watching this grow, like watching the devs do their work. And they completed the roadmap. They completed the roadmap on like day 3, but like 2 weeks later, they were still working because they were adding things to the roadmap. So I'm happy you brought that up because I don't like projects at all that promise like crazy, crazy shit like way in the future. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen. You have no idea, right? Especially if it's a meme token. So like keep it simple, but then yeah, like add to it if you're seeing success. But don't even think about extending past that unless you're absolutely positive you can ace what's on there. So going into phase 1, this is kind of like what we've already done, right? So the team has obviously brainstormed the idea, collaborated to get the website together, built out a social presence, got the calls together, and so on. We're going to phase 2. This is kind of where we're at, right? So conduct the pre-sale, which obviously is live right now. Make sure that there's a marketing strategy. We'll get into what that marketing strategy is, which is great. Shield contest, like I said, that's part of the 0.5% total supply that's allocated for contests, and then launch the staking platform, which we'll get into, as well as the social platform, which is up and coming. That's going to have a beta in about 7 days. When we go into phase 3, this is where you start to see an extension of the brand and start to pick up a little bit of steam, right? So, of course, not only applying for CMC and CoinGecko, but actually getting listed, which they do have the connections for fast track, which is good. Some other things as well is starting to see their platform get a little bit of traction around like people actually posting, and also extending out to other platforms to be able to get noticed. So, crypto Reddit, crypto Twitter, getting recognition there, and then partnerships and collaborations, right? There's a ton of meme tokens that are kind of, I guess you could say, a little stagnant right now, and they would be super happy to team up with a high quality meme token. Like I think a good example was oh man, when was it? This is a while ago. This is way before Pepe. Croge teamed up with Baby Ape Coin, and they did like a whole comic series, and I was like, damn, that's badass, like that's really cool, right? And those are two meme tokens like back in the day. I think it was like a year ago, damn, a long time ago, maybe crypto time. But they collaborated and they actually did something cool, so I'd love to see PepeTrump do something similar to that. It's not going to be the same, right? They're probably going to make a comic book, but maybe they can integrate some of those partners into their forum, and then give them a section, right? And then they can say like, hey, we'll cross promote you, we'll talk about you and whatever. That'd be awesome to see. And then we go into the last phase here, phase 4, and we can see they're going to start to, expand a little bit even further into the marketing. You can see it's really marketing focused, but this is where you're going to see more centralized exchange listings. You're going to see a continuation of the biggest buy, and then also trending status on crypto Twitter. So perhaps even some Twitter Spaces, things like that. Which for that aforementioned project that I talked about before, that was a big part of their success. Was once they started to push past the 2 million market cap range, they went crazy on crypto spaces, Twitter spaces, crypto spaces practically, but Twitter spaces, and they got even more recognition. It cost them nothing, right? So yeah, that's the 4 phases currently. As you can see, it's really, really marketing focused. They're not promising a metaverse. They're not promising, Trump's going to come to your house and give you a high five. Maybe that's in phase 5. I don't know, but not right now. So they're keeping it simple, but really focused on marketing.
All right, fair, very fair. And obviously, I agree with that. There's a lot of projects they have these incredible roadmaps, but they never end up delivering. I totally get what you're saying. So in terms of security and such like that, has PepeTrump been audited and KYC'd, and how long will the LP be locked for?
Yeah, great question. So when it comes to the liquidity pool lock, it is locked for 180 days. So half a year there. Some tokens you'll see 365, some you'll see 30 years. It all depends on the team. But as long as it's more than a month, I'm pretty happy, because honestly, most of these meme tokens don't last more than a couple of days. So half a year is more than fine. But to be honest, I want to see that they have a plan as they approach halfway point. So like 90 days in, I want to see that they have a plan for where are these tokens going now. Where's liquidity moving, right? Are we moving over to ApeSwap? Are we moving over to BuySwap? Are we moving over to maybe a centralized exchange and listing all the liquidity there, right? I think it's actually kind of awesome to have liquidity lockup times under a year, as long as it's reasonable and as long as the team's communicating properly when they get closer, because then you have another surge of excitement, right? Then you can say, hey, we're going to move liquidity over to this awesome up and coming decentralized exchange, or one that's established that maybe doesn't have as much competition on it, i.e. ApeSwap. Really support those guys. I love what they do with their decks. So that's potential, right? But there's no way that you're going to feel confident in listing there, or even get accepted in ApeSwap's case because of their whitelist, criteria, if you haven't already launched and if you're not already proven, right? If you can last 2 months in this space and you're like maintaining or grabbing your price or maybe growing your price, you're gonna have a lot of respect, from collaboration, from a collaboration standpoint, and also a listing standpoint. So I think it's actually a decently smart move. But I would just say for investors, please be careful, right? Like any projects, whether it be this one or other ones, as you reach the halfway point, if you're still invested, keep an eye or ask the team, put some pressure on them and say like, hey guys, what's the deal with the liquidity lockup? Like, where are you going to be listing next? Because are you just going to be relisting on PCS like we're listing here, PancakeSwap, or are you going to be moving it? And if they can't give you a clear direction, or they're kind of avoiding the question, probably get out of there. Exit your bags, right? So just a little shout out from being in the space for a while. I always take you guys over any project. So I just wanted to give that little tidbit of info. But yeah, 180 days, just returning back to the answer there. When we're talking about let's see. I lost my place. What was the other question? You said liquidity lockup. What was the other part of that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
KYC or audited?
KYC. Yes, that's what it was. KYC, no. It is an anonymous team. They opted against the KYC badge. Also, the part there was they asked me, they're like, hey, man, should we go for the KYC badge? And I was like, it's up to you guys. But I said, what's your marketing budget like? And they're like, well, like, it's very strategic. We know what we're doing here, but we want to make sure we're spending in the right way. And I said, well, then spend it on marketing, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, like, again, just another little tidbit here that some people might not know about. KYCs are kind of BS. I'll just be honest there, guys. KYCs are kind of BS because, like, if you're in a developing country, or even if you're in the States like me, you could probably find someone off the street for like $100, pay them, and have them do the KYC. Is that 100% illegal? Yes. But do projects do it? Also, yes. So the KYCs to me don't really mean shit, to be frank, right? What I want to see is an audit. So when I saw that, okay, well, they have a desert swap audit. Is that the best audit? No. But is it an audit? Yes. So it does help to ensure that there's no hidden mints or anything like that. So as we get into the audit, you'll see right here. I would say this is like a basic audit. This isn't the Certec. This isn't the Paladin audit, Solidity Finance, none of that. It's a basic contract check, but it still catches the essentials, right? So you can see here, liquidity lockup, there's nothing announced just yet because we haven't launched. You can see there's no hidden mint functions and so on. The taxes are shown there and the breakdown for the taxes and so on. So what I did tell the team to do, and they were very open to, was getting a better audit as well. So once we get into launch, they do want to look at a second audit. Are they going to go for Certec? Probably not for a startup like this. But even if we can get like, I don't even know, like Cyberscope is even okay. Or if we want to spend a little bit more but get even better quality, you could go with PeckShield. I have so much respect for the PeckShield team. It takes a while, but man, are those audits solid. So the team's super open to it, and they do want to do another audit as well. But there is a basic one already done.
All right. I guess also since you guys already have the audit, how come does the pink cell listing doesn't show the audit, and do you think this will affect on how much you guys raise for your pre-sale or?
I think it could. It could. And that's kind of the point of the AMAs, is to communicate this, right? Because this is kind of the first bastion of contact is in these AMAs and discovery as well. And the reason why they don't have it there is it's not technically an audit that they approve. So there's a short list of audits that the Pink Sale team approves of. And to be honest, some of them that you can do aren't supported there, but they're high quality. Like I think Paladin, I don't think is supported, but it's like a really badass audit. Same thing with Solidity Finance. I don't think it's supported, but it's like one of the best. But obviously Certec is, obviously, Cyberscope is, those type of things. So this team, again, they're on a budget. They're not coming from past projects that they raised a ton of money on and they rugged or something like that, because that's unfortunately where a lot of this money comes from in crypto when you're launching projects. Unfortunately, that's kind of where it comes from. So this is a team that really is just bootstrapping this from the ground up themselves. But they did have past success on one project, but they're not launching serial projects back to back. So they don't really have access to hundreds and 200s and 300s of BNB. So they started with what they can, and they said, you know what, Desert Finance gets us our basic contract check. It also shows that there's no hidden mint functions. Good enough for now, and then let's get something a little bit better after, once we have a little bit of capital raise. So I think it could hurt potentially a little bit, but in the long term, I think people will appreciate that, if the team does what they're supposed to be doing and actually executes on having another one, then I think it's going to show a lot of goodwill. But yeah, that's why you don't see the badge here.
All right, fair enough. So I see that you guys plan to do full scale marketing in that sense, and you guys have already been doing that. So I see that you guys did the high value marketing, but for example, your AMA with Venom, but only managed to raise I guess 8 BNB from the start of this AMA. Like, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Like yesterday was pretty rough in the crypto market. A lot of the call channels that I follow were a little light, right? They're like, "Hey, dry day out there," and I'm like, "Yeah, I feel it. I get you." So yesterday was a little tough outside of some pockets of success. So the AMA we had with Venom, I respect him a lot. He does a lot of good work, but sometimes days just don't hit. In fact, none of the AMAs yesterday there really raised anything. So it was a little bit of a bummer for sure, right, from the team's perspective. But today's a fresh day. Literally since starting the day, we already went up 2 BNB, which is awesome. Soft cap was 1, right? So we're definitely raising 2x more than we did yesterday, which is great. And we have a lot more happening today as well. So when we go into what's the marketing? Is it just 1 or 2 AMAs? No. But this one was awesome, I'll tell you that. And it's not even done, of course. But what do we have after this? Well, we have Coba Calls post, right, which I think was already done recently, but it's going to be being done again in a follow-up post. We also have a CryptoCat who did a call on us, but they're going to be doing a follow-up call to basically announce the the end of pre-sale or the final minutes. We also have CMC trending that's inbound after we get listed, of course. So the fast track's already done for CMC and CoinGecko. We also have a call kind of queued up. I can't say for who because this influencer is especially particular about like using them for marketing before the call actually happens, but it is a pretty big player in the space, which is cool. Tier 1 exchange as well. So that's going to be coming after, like we talked about with the token unlocks. They have access to those tokens to be able to list on an exchange. Some of them being talked about. Again, none of these are confirmed because if a representative from one of those heard this, they would immediately deny it, and we wouldn't be able to list there anymore. So we're in talks with MEXC and Gate.io. So Gate.io is really volume-based. They want to see a lot of volume. MEXC, they already are in advanced conversations with. So we'll see which one gets listed first, but those are the two kind of in their eyes what they want to like get listed on. And then some other things as well, which I really liked, is they have been watching this space really closely, and they've seen a lot of contributions lately have come from overseas, or overseas to me at least, I guess. So Asian marketing, specifically Chinese marketing, but also marketing to Latin countries. So Brazil, Spain, those type of areas, and they have the connections to be able to get into those call groups, which is really good to see. So you'll start to see some more Chinese calls, some more specifically Brazilian calls as well. And I can tell you, like, I've been a part of so many of those projects that have like really been dialed in to specifically Brazilian communities, and man, they show up big time. They love meme coins, I'll tell you that. Especially anything Pepe related, they go nuts for. So I'm curious to see what that ends up yielding. But yeah, that's kind of the plan, and we move forward. The team is super enthusiastic about today, and kind of take it from there.
Cool. So, as Pepe and most other Trump coins, have been pretty stagnant recently, how does, the team plan to, sustain PepeTrump after launch, differentiating themselves from other, similar meme tokens?
So I'll say this, and again, this isn't a direct, hey, do this kind of thing. But if you watch the success of PSYOP, whether you like Ben or not, I personally actually don't, but I think he's kind of like a genius when it comes to like this whole marketing thing that he did. The idea of PSYOP as a meme is basically getting the attention of people that don't really give a shit about you and don't want to talk about you, but they will, right? That's the whole point of the PSYOP. That's what they're doing, right? So I think a similar tactic can kind of be employed here, where you have the entirety of Trump's kind of like circle and aura be part of this forum, whether they like it or not. Like, but what does that mean? Well, this is just an idea from me, right? From doing marketing for so long. So what I would do, right, and the team's super receptive, so I'm sure they're listening, is like I would open up the forum and I would make it very clear, hey, this is not directly related to, this is just paying homage to blah, 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 that sort of thing, right? And they're also not using direct iconography from either, right? So they're kind of making a mesh and their own thing, right? But still, the fact that they're not KYC'd is important, because then if there is legal anything, who are they going to go after? Nobody, right? It's a meme also, so come on. But what they could do is they could aggressively shill the hell out of everyone in Trump's network and say, hey, we're bringing freedom to the crypto space for everyone new and old to learn about crypto and stay away from scams and get into awesome communities of like-minded people. And right, they would create like a banner, they create a message around it, and then just shill the hell out of it. And eventually one of those people is going to say, I fucking hate this. I don't even know what this is. Meme coins are a scam. Don't buy PepeTrump, and that would be the biggest bull sign for PepeTrump. So like that's kind of the whole point of the PSYOP, right? And why I referenced that token that was really successful was you got these influencers to talk about the token with, even if it's negative connotation, there's that saying that no marketing is bad marketing, right? Even if someone's talking bad about you, if they have a big enough platform, it gets eyes. And then it's up to people to decide for themselves, like, oh, is it actually shit? Or, hey, this is actually pretty cool. Like, I actually like this community. So that would be my suggestion, is like, when they have things, it has to be polished, because if it's actual shit, it's going to ruin the brand. But if they have a solid platform that no one can really shake too much, or maybe just give some suggestions on, Man, that would be massive. So that's my suggestion. Just kind of taking like a guerrilla tactics approach to marketing, which is kind of what you got to do now with times being a little bit tough in the meme coin space. That's what I would do with this platform. And I know the team is just as scrappy, and they're interested in kind of doing whatever it takes, obviously within reason, without doing anything illegal, obviously, to get the name out there and spread it.
Okay. All right. I guess that was majority of my questions being asked. Before we started, community questions to Kahoot. To kind of summarize everything. Why would you consider PepeTrump, to be a good project to be a part of?
Yeah, well, of course I'm biased, right? Because I'm here on behalf of the project, but I can say, from an investor standpoint, which is the kind of the viewpoint I like to take, I like to look at the essentials, right? So, was there past success in another project? Yeah, for Blue Floki, cool. Is there a basic audit? Yes. Is it approved audit? No. But it does do basic contract checks. So the security is there in its basic form. Then I go down to the tokenomics. There are some areas that I definitely want to see some support behind, as far as like the private sale and so on. If the team can communicate properly and actually make sure that they're strategically selling and not hurting price, then it can go really, really good, right? And then we look at the overall theme. Now that we get those out of the way, which is on everybody's mind anyways as they go in, that's what they look for or should look for, then it comes down to the brand. And is the brand strong enough to stand on its own, even if all the other meme coins kind of fall by the wayside? I would say in this case, it's up to you. But if the platform is successful, yes. If the platform is successful, yes. Without the platform, no. Just being very, very direct and honest. If the platform is a flop, no. But if it has some success, if we start to get some interaction there, if we start to maybe get like 10, 20, up to 100, multiple hundreds of people interacting, you start having some regulars just like you do on Twitter, it can really pick up some steam. I really do mean that, honestly. And I've seen things similar have that social effect, that network effect, and really absolutely take off. And if they implement, it doesn't need to be my strategy. Again, I'm not part of the team. I'm just thinking, kind of free flow here from a marketing perspective. If they can think of a guerrilla way to get attention, akin to maybe what I suggested or otherwise, right? It's their project, however they want, that can really help accelerate things. So if I was listening in, I would look for what's the short-term marketing that's happening right now as you join the TG, what's the long-term marketing happening after the launch, and then I would keep a special keen eye on the platform. Am I seeing a preview? If I see a preview, is it good enough? Do I actually want to spend time here? And if the answer is yes, and things are aligning properly, that's a pretty good sign. So that would basically be my overview as far as is it worth it?
All right, cool. Fair enough. All right, I think if Mike's here, if he wants to share his screen so we get the Kahoot ready.
I love that you guys do Kahoot too. That's a cool way of doing it.
Community questions first?
Yes. Let's take community questions. Oh my, I keep forgetting. My bad. Sorry. Drop your questions here, guys.
For community questions, I already added you for some of them. Found some good ones, so just check those ones.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Mike. All right. Okay. Most projects, Money Mayweather asks, most projects are currently being abandoned in the middle of their operations due to lack of sustainability and the inability to support expansion in a rapidly changing market. How will you deal with market volatility in an effective manner? Sorry, I think I butchered that. Volatility.
No. I totally got you, man. So, yeah, the volatility, man. So yeah, if the market completely collapses, right? Like let's say, I don't know, BNB goes down 5%, 10%, something crazy. It's tough, right? It's actually tough. But what you have to do is have something up your sleeve to show that you're still here and you're not going away. So I actually like that they don't have the platform previews out yet. I've seen the preview and it looks kind of cool. I want them to keep that a secret until it's ready. And let's say the market goes down 10%, right? It sucks. People are going to sell 100%. Yeah, it will happen. But then how you win them back, or how you even get even more people back than where you started when the market went down, is on the next upswing, because it always swings back, as we've seen a million times. It always swings back. On that next upswing, put a little fuel, put a little, lighter fluid in that fire. And how you do that is by having something in your pocket that you can throw in. So what that secret weapon in my mind is little previews for the platform. Like say, hey guys, here's a preview of what the MVP is going to look like for the platform. What do you guys think? Or put out a private link and say, hey, top 10 holders get access to the forum right now to give feedback. Things like that help prop up things even when the market's shit. But again, that's why I want to see the team really, really come in strong with that, because then they have something that they can pull from and really get a resurgence back. So I would say mainly that. I'm not going to come up here and say like, you know what, even during a down market, PepeTrump doesn't give a fuck. It's going to pump like crazy. That would be lying, right? I like to be realistic, but I also still like to be excited about the things that the team can showcase and make a difference on. And that would be the one that I would focus on.
Fair enough. Let me get, because just so many questions are just coming in. Max Wallet, it seems to be more than 3%, as the pre-sale price is around 1 BNB, which equals out to 30 plus trillion out of the one quad supply. I don't know if that makes sense.
Sort of. They're asking like how much of the total supply do the private sellers get?
Oh, okay.
I think so. Let me ask to make sure the team can do the math on it. Again, it's not my strong suit, guys. I love talking, but I don't like doing math. So I'll ask them right now. So I might need to circle back to that one, guys, but let me ask the team so I can get the exact math on it. Keegan, I don't know if you maybe wanted to, if we wanted to go to the next question, I can get the answer.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Okay, let's get on. Man, there's just so many questions that keep coming up, so it just puts me all the way to the bottom, and then I have to keep. God, it's pissing me off. Hold up. Okay, marketing and computing plays a vital role in the success of your project. What are your specific plans to encourage growth and engagement? And the light paper mentions that there will be a chat to earn feature integrated in the social platform. Please throw a little bit of light on this. I guess we covered this in the beginning, but I think it's good to come back to, right? So you're going to be able to earn by simply posting and interacting and kind of showing you're a human and trying to spread the word. And they have allocated tokens to be able to do that. So like I said, it's going to be a portion of the staking tokens they're going to be using for that earn feature. So the exact amount per post or what activities are going to earn more or maybe even earn slightly less are yet to be determined, because the team has to make sure it's balanced. Much like a video game, if you set things in stone and it's imbalanced, it can completely break the game. So they want to really make sure that things are proper, balanced, make sense. And then they also want to make sure that they have the manpower to be able to scale that and ensure that they can catch people botting or, pretend posting or whatever. So I think it is going to be a methodical process to begin with. Like it's just going to be their team methodically going through every single post. But to begin with, it's going to be low amounts of posts and then scale. But I foresee a high quality verification system being put in place to help. Someone's just asking why my camera's shaking. I have ADHD, so my leg it moves a lot when I go like this. So just sometimes it shakes. Yeah, people are asking.
Oh, you're good, man.
ADHD, that's why.
As long as you can see the hat, everything's fine. I can see
Yeah. Trust me, nothing else is going on. It's just my leg. I constantly move my leg like this because I have ADHD. So I just don't want people getting the wrong idea.
Getting the wrong idea. I appreciate the excitement. That's nice of you.
Yeah. So let's. Okay. Man, it just keeps going down. I'm trying to read the question. Okay. Okay. When the app is fully integrated to Truth Socials, how will users with large followings on Truth Socials be able to utilize the referral reward system to make PepeTrump popular with their followers?
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty simple. So just like you would on maybe, I don't know, a yield farm or something, you're going to have a dedicated link that's specifically given to you, assigned to you when you connect to the dApp. And then from there, you can spread it wherever you want. They're even thinking about integrating a hot link for socials immediately. So you can go directly from there and post to Twitter, post to Instagram, post to Facebook if you use Facebook, whatever. Like to make it really, really simple, so that way you don't even need to like copy, paste, whatever type of thing. And then as far as like how that'll work, I mean, it's as simple as like use your custom link and earn PepeTrump token. So that kind of goes back to the last answer where the exact amount you're going to earn for people joining in needs to be balanced, and the numbers are going to be like released, of course, when we get closer to the platform. But the verification needs to be there too, because the new people joining, who's to say that it's just not a bot joining or, a group of people who don't even care about it, just joining just to farm rewards, right? So they need to make sure they do it right. But I think you're going to see in the preview that it looks pretty good, right? That you like what you see. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully that answers. I wish I had more there, again, but I don't want to like lie and say like, oh yeah, this is exactly how much. The team has to make sure it's balanced first, and then they're going to make sure that everyone understands how much and how to use those.
I guess we're gonna get into the Kahoot. Mike wants to start sharing the screen. A lot of great questions asked. I just can't deal with this.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to read the questions and then it just goes up. So guys, if you have any questions that you guys want to go and ask the team yourself, feel free to go and join their Telegram and stuff like that. And obviously, we review even if your question wasn't asked, you still have a chance to win the best question. So, yeah. All right, guys. Make sure to. I'm gonna pin Mike's. Hold on, Mike's screen is now pinned. Guys, join the Kahoot. Make sure you guys all join up.
I love that you guys do Kahoots. That's cool. Gets a little tricky because people are like, oh shit, how do I join? But then they realize, oh, I can do it from my phone. Okay.
Hey guys, you guys can join through your phone. It doesn't have to be through your laptop. It could be. Make sure you guys are using your Telegram username. I'm going to leave it open for 2 minutes.
Keegan, what room are you in? Is that like a kid's room?
Yeah, no, it's my room. I just never ended up replacing. I have my own place back in university. I have my own place with my dad.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
But yeah, this is like I grew up and I just never changed it. Like literally, if right in front of me, there's literally Lego Star Wars posters.
I dig that.
It's pretty funny. So I just never ended up changing, and then I have these on my desk. These are pretty cool. Cause figures stuff.
Hey, okay, all right. You got a blend of new and old. I like it.
Yeah. It's some, and then I have my stream deck, obviously my webcam, and then I have my MacBook, of course.
Nice. Well, I didn't know. I asked. I was like, "Is there a little Keegan on the way or something?" I don't
know. No.
All right.
Since I was like a year old, I just never changed it.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
It's like Lego.
You get a little bit of that nostalgia. I like it.
I guess so. Yeah. I guess so. I just never ended up changing. I was like, you know what? No point. And then I have my own place at uni when I go to uni. So yeah, that's like my nice.
You happy the year's done? Are you done?
Yeah. I finished in April. No, for university?
Yeah.
No, dude, I have 3 more years.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, you got your first one done then. That's good.
Yeah. I'm 19. I'm not in my 20s.
I couldn't even tell, bro. You host a good channel here, man. Super mature.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Okay, we're gonna give 30 more seconds for you guys to join up the Kahoot.
Before we start the Kahoot, Adam, did the team ever get back to you on that supply question that was asked earlier?
I'm still waiting on it. Let me see if I can push a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to push them a little bit for it. So give me another couple minutes, and I'll probably be able to get an answer.
Yeah, worst case, we can do it after the Kahoot. Should give adequate time.
Okay, cool.
Okay, Mike, you can start it now, I guess.
All right. Well, we'll give people a few more seconds because I see some people, leaving and joining back with their Telegram username. So let's try and get to 30 people. A few more people.
Okay, 3 more guys. Come on. I'm gonna delete the Kahoot on the TG guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1. Okay, Mike, you can start it now. All right, first question. PepeTrump. Mike, do you want to read the questions or do you want me to read it? Up to you.
I don't mind reading them.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
So first question, what is PepeTrump? We have a deflationary ETH meme coin with some utility, an inflationary BSC meme coin with some utility, a deflationary BSC meme coin with some utility, or a community-ran BSC ecosystem. This one's a bit tricky. There's 2 possible ones it could be. Great. Yeah, most of you guys got that one. Nice. Tricked you guys with the inflationary here. Media on top, Grandy in second, Aditya in third. Nice. Second question. What utilities and reward systems will PepeTrump offer? A social platform and app, staking, play to earn game and NFT, swap, C2E and holder reflections, or all of the above? This one should be fairly simple for you guys. Nice. Most of you guys got that one. Kevin in second, James in third. Man, James is too overpowered at these cahoots. We had to nerf him. Third question. What is the developer of PepeTrump's previous project? Blue Floki, Ramses of Shib, Sato Shib, or Red Floki?
Gonna give people ideas with these names, man. You're gonna see all of them launch in the next 2 minutes.
Nice, Blue Floki. We actually covered this one earlier, so you guys have no excuse to get this one wrong. Kevin in first, James in second, and Floor in third. What is PepeTrump's total token supply and buy and sell taxes? This one we also covered, so should be fairly easy. For these easier questions, it's always about answering them first, right? Because your score is based on not only getting the right answer, but answering first. So yeah, nice. 1 quadrillion and 5 and 5. Media back in third. Other than that, leaderboard has not changed much. Question number 5. What does the What We Offer section in PepeTrump's website entail? So we have high value marketing, 2% LP, 3% reflections, locked LP, 100% safe, or all of the above. This one's also obvious if you check their website before the AMA, which I always recommend doing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Looks like most of you guys got that one as well. Ooh, media overtaken James. Shout out to Kevin with a big streak. Question number 6. How many roadmap stages does PepeTrump have? This one we also covered. Again, super easy.
It's a good way to check for retention. I like this.
Exactly.
I used to do this back in my Web 2 days. People love it.
Yep. It's very engaging. Nice. Most of you guys got that one as well. Ozan, that's a new name. Been second. Bunch of people on an answer streak. Nice to see. Second last question. PepeTrump has an audit and KYC badge on their pink sale listing. A lot of quick answers on this one. Oh, that's surprising, actually. A lot of you guys got that one wrong. Always make sure to check all the links we provide for our AMA announcement. before doing the Kahoot. Roman in second, Florian third. Very nice. Close one. And the last question, who represented PepeTrump in today's AMA? We have Alpha Crypto, Sven, Wolf of Shib, or Adam, who's a G. If you guys get this one wrong, I don't know what to say. What?
Oh,
Some
thank
people,
you guys.
some people still. That's funny. That's funny.
Sven is a pretty cool name, but that's someone on the team. So thank you for the 15 of you that knew.
All right, going to the podium. In third, we have Roman. In second, we have Flore. And in first, Kevin. Congrats, guys. Ozan, man, you were so close, man. So close.
Some new names today, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We got a frog up there too, I think.
I believe so, yeah.
Roman. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to say, returning back to that question, he wants to have like a little bit more detailed breakdown because there were a lot of questions around the private sale. So since there were different contributions coming in, he said that he's going to do a pin message to kind of explain that a little bit. So if you guys kind of want a little bit more details before aping in, definitely join in to the official PepeTrump TG. Watch out for that pin message. And then also while you're there, I don't know, maybe throw a CryptoFrogs sent me kind of thing, right? Definitely represent, guys, because this was an awesome AMA. You guys did some great questions. Love the format, and I'm sure I'll be back as well.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So I guess we should pick the random giveaway winner now. Keegan, if you want to do that.
I saw this guy who was super active in chat, helping people with questions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it to Money Mayweather. We get his username right here. He was super active in chat. I saw him.
Congrats, brother.
Still here. Let's see if he's still here. Oh, okay, perfect. He is here. Money Mayweather. Here it is. All right. There he is. Best question we obviously pick after, and then Kahoots, obviously, stuff like that. But guys, make sure to join their TG. Show the frogs some love and stuff like that. Show them some love with the frogs. Stuff like that. Thank you so much, Adam, for coming on. Really means a lot. Hopefully you had some fun with us today. And yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm definitely. I mean, Keegan, I've already known you for a long time, right? But I haven't actually seen your guys' format like first person. Like I've listened to a couple AMAs. There was one about a lobster. The NFT lobsters, that was pretty bullish. So I like that. I remember I listened to a little. It was an absolute blast, guys. Thank you. Thank you also, everyone in the CryptoFrogs community for, sharing this Sunday with us. Hope you guys have some fun time with family the rest of the day. But thank you guys. I'll definitely be back.
All right. Thank you so much, Adam. It was nice having you on. All right. Thank you, Frogs, all for joining. It really means a lot. We got an AMA booked. We have a couple AMA booked this week, actually. So super excited about that. But yeah, looking forward to see you guys here. See you, everyone. Peace out.
Cheers. Bye-bye.